Have you ever wondered what true love really means? In a world filled with fleeting emotions and superficial relationships, the Bible offers timeless wisdom on the deepest, most transformative love imaginable. Welcome to the Heart of Catholicism YouTube channel, the Catholic path to peace where God's faith changes our lives. Love isn't just another topic in Christianity, it's the very foundation of our faith. The Bible boldly declares that God Himself is love. This means that without love, all our religious practices, rituals, and even faith become hollow and meaningless. It's why Jesus emphasized love as the greatest commandment and why it's at the core of our relationship with God and each other. Let us journey through the Bible to uncover the profound teachings on love that have shaped countless lives for millennia. In the Old Testament, we see love revealed through God's unbreakable covenant with His people. The Hebrew word used often describes the steadfast, loyal love, a love that remains faithful even when we fail. Even the 10 Commandments, often seen as a list of rules, are fundamentally about love, honoring God first, and treating others with respect and justice. The book of Deuteronomy repeatedly stresses the importance of loving God with all our hearts, soul, and strength. This shows us that from the very beginning, love was meant to be both vertical directed towards God and horizontal extended to our fellow human beings. But it's in the New Testament where love takes center stage. Jesus elevates love to new heights, declaring it the ultimate summary of all God's teachings. He tells us to love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, and mind, and love your neighbor as yourself. This isn't just a nice suggestion. It is a radical shift from external rules to inner transformation motivated by love. Jesus doesn't just preach about love. He embodies it through His compassion, forgiveness, and service, even to those who opposed Him. The apostles echo this teaching throughout their letters, emphasizing that a Christian life without love is utterly meaningless. Now, when the New Testament talks about love, it often uses a special Greek word, agape. This isn't the romantic love of Hollywood movies or even the warm affection between friends. Agape is something far more profound. It's a love that's unconditional, sacrificial, and selfless. It seeks the good of others without expecting anything in return. Agape is most clearly seen in God's love for humanity, and it sets the standard for how we're called to live as Christians. This concept completely redefines love. It's not just a feeling that comes and goes, it's a deliberate choice and action that transforms lives. Perhaps the most famous description of love in the Bible comes from 1 Corinthians 13. Here, the Apostle Paul paints a vivid picture of what love looks like in action. Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, ... This isn't just beautiful poetry, it's a practical guide for living. Love is measured by how we treat others through humility, patience, kindness, and forgiveness. Paul calls this the more excellent way, something even greater than miraculous spiritual gifts or impressive achievements. It's a high standard, but one that has the power to revolutionize our relationships and communities. But the Bible's teachings on love reach their pinnacle in the person of Jesus Christ. John 3:16, perhaps the most well-known verse in Scripture, sums it up perfectly. For God so loved the world that He gave His one and only Son, ... quotes Christ's willingness to sacrifice Himself for humanity is the ultimate demonstration of agape love. Think about it, Jesus healed the sick, forgave sinners, and ultimately died for those who rejected Him. This shows us that God's love isn't conditional or based on our performance. It's freely given, even when we're at our worst. This sacrificial love becomes the model for how we're called to love others. Now, you might be thinking, this all sounds great, but how does it apply to my everyday life? The beauty of biblical love is that it's not meant to stay abstract. It demands action. In our daily lives, this means practicing patience and forgiveness in our relationships, even when it's difficult. It means helping those in need and seeking justice in our communities, showing kindness even to strangers or those who disagree with us. On a personal level, living out agape love means choosing compassion over bitterness, humility over pride, and generosity over selfishness. When we start to embody this kind of love, it has the power to transform our families, friendships, workplaces, and entire societies. It makes our faith visible and tangible everyday actions. As we wrap up, let's reflect on why love is considered the greatest virtue in Christianity. Paul concludes his famous passage on love with these words, "And now these three remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love." Why does love take the top spot? Because while faith and hope point us towards God, love actually reflects His very nature. Love is eternal. It continues beyond this life and into eternity with God. It's the virtue that fulfills all others. And as Paul says, it's the one thing that never fails. In a world that often feels divided and uncertain, the Bible's teachings on love offer us a path to true fulfillment, meaningful relationships, and a life that reflects the heart of God Himself. So, as you go about your day, remember that you are deeply loved by God, and you have the incredible opportunity to share that love with others. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of biblical love. May you be inspired to live out this transformative love in your own life, one act of kindness at a time.